Welcome to a special HWTV one-on-one. I'm your host, Jake Lancer, and today we're joined by Brady Dunlap. Brady and the Wolverines just started preseason play, taking on Venice last night, and they have high expectations after a deep CIF run last season. Brady, thanks for taking the time out of your day to talk to us. How was the game last night?
It was good. They came out and zoned us, which was a little bit different look, and most teams play us man-to-man just because of how well we shoot the ball. So we started off a little slow, but once we started to realize our size and our advantage, we really picked it up, and our chemistry this year is something special for us to, realize what we have and our advantage and, take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So.
I want to start things off by talking about last season a little bit. Obviously things didn't end the way you wanted to, but we can sort of put that to the side for now. Very successful season. You take down rival Sierra Canyon, Notre Dame. A lot of improvement on the team in a lot of different aspects. How do you guys take the next step this season and win that CIF championship?
I came here as a sophomore, and I feel like we've kind of always been trending upwards. And so my sophomore year, we went and we lost. We made the Open Division, which was a big deal for us, and then we lost to Damien and Mater Dei after beating Corona Centennial. And that hurt, and that pain hurt, and we took that pain into my junior year. We went to junior year, and we accomplished a lot, and within that last game, we took that hurt, and we have that hurt every day we practice upstairs. And I think that's going to be our biggest, difference from the previous years. We know how to get there. Now we're learning how to win. We've gone to tournaments that are not school affiliated, and we've learned how to win, and we know the hurt of losing, and we just don't want to feel that again.
Yeah.
So.
We'll talk about this season's team, but looking back last year, you lose Cam and Dante. Cam was a guy that you guys could really go to if you guys needed a shot or needed something, and he was a really big spark plug for the team. And Dante, sort of a more spoken leader on the team. You lose both of them. How's the team compensating for that loss?
I think it's always next man up with our team. We have two really talented guys that didn't play as much last year, and Trent and Robert in that 2024 class that came up. And Trent's been a great leader for us. He Dante was training him throughout the whole year last year. He'd get under his skin, and just Trent's become so much more mature and is really leading us this year and taking in that role. And Trent's also a shot maker like Cam was. And just having him, and he's getting some attention from colleges and the rankings and everything, just having him step into this role this year is super critical for our success, and him running the team as a point guard, especially because Dante, we had a true point guard last year, and he was kind of in a scoring role this year. He's really running the team, and he's doing it really well to start off the year. Robert's a big plug guy, super high energy, does everything as hard as he possibly can, which is, we all feed off of it. And he's a high major talent in my eyes. I think he's one of the best players in the country.
Yep.
And just the way he gets downhill is just crazy. And just having that aspect and his maturity this year is just pivotal to our success. And then also Nick, who didn't play that much last year. His growth this year has been really insane to watch. He's grown a couple inches. He's passing the ball. I don't know if there's a guy that I've ever played with that has his type of vision. Mm-hmm. He's shooting the ball well, and he's always worked super hard, and he's rubbing off on all of our guys. And I think everyone on the team is just stepping into a bigger role, and I think it's made us a better team. Learning from those guys, and they've trained us, and we've gotten more skilled, and we've just all stepped up into bigger roles this year, and I think we're a better team.
That's awesome to hear. So now we look at the Mission League. Sierra Canyon joins this year, but even without them, it's one of the toughest conferences, leagues in the nation, and now it's arguably the toughest league in the nation. Do you enjoy that competition, and how do you feel that sort of prepares you guys for the postseason?
Yeah, I love it. I was in a league my freshman year, and I love competition, and I don't like going in and rolling teams. I want to be tested, and I think that like in college basketball, the best leagues prepare you for the NCAA tournament, and I think that's exactly what the Mission League is going to do. We're going to be tested at Sierra, at Notre Dame. Those are going to be two crazy games. And then apart from those two games, the entire league is really talented and really good. And we're always going to get everyone's best shot, which I think is just going to make us more battle tested for when we get to the CIF run that we're going to make. And I just think the experiences that I've had the last 2 years and heading into this year, and then everyone else that's been on the team and their experiences, we can really make something special happen this year. So.
We go back to media day a couple weeks back. Someone asked the coaches, who's one player you don't want to see down the road? And a couple coaches mentioned you. I know you're a real humble guy, but that had to feel kind of good, no?
It feels good, and I appreciate all individual attention. But I've never been a player that's my motivation is not to get that.
Yeah.
Right. I've been a winner my whole life. That's how I've been raised. That's how Coach Rubio, teaches all of us. And that's really my main goal. If I go out there and we win a state championship and I don't get any individual accolades, I'm going to be the happiest person on the team. And I promise that. So like that's all obviously individual accolades. It makes you feel good, but they really don't mean too much if we don't win a championship. So
sort of want to flip that question on its head now. With coaches saying that they're going to throw double teams at you, deny you the ball, stuff like that. When did that start happening for you, and how have you sort of had to compensate for that?
It happened last year, junior year. Mater Dei threw a box and one at me. Sierra Canyon was full court.
Yep.
Deny, and a lot of teams do that, and I've watched film and studied it and learned how to like get open and but at the same time we also have to use as a team that to our advantage. If they're going to play me like that, we have super talented players, and it may mean that one game I'm not going to go off and I'm going to have like a little less than my average, and other players are going to go crazy and we're going to win, and I'm going to be totally happy with that. I have to like sacrifice that but also be aggressive in my role, and I think Coach Rubio is just mentoring me through that process. So.
Yeah. We've got to talk about the commitment a little. I know you're a real humble guy. You don't want to get too far away from the team, but just a couple questions about it. You picked Notre Dame. You had a lot of different offers from different conferences, locations, coaching styles, play styles, a lot of different stuff. What was the key factor that made you choose Notre Dame?
Well, I went to the campus and it was just beautiful, and it just gave me a sense of home, which was super different than all the places that I went to. I met the players and they were more my speed. They were more driven and goal-oriented, and they really want to win. And then the coaching staff was great with me. Coach Bray, really treated me like I was like his guy, like his son, really. He met me with donuts when I woke up early in the morning, and got me chocolate milk, and he was always got me ice cream. Like he felt like he was really there for me and really toured me throughout the whole campus. And then that on top of all the players really making me feel like home. Once I left, I kind of knew that was where I was going.
That's awesome. They fall in the ACC. You guys have a really competitive recruiting class coming in, along with yourself in that class of 2024 coming in. The ACC is a famous conference. It's arguably the best conference in college basketball right now. You have Duke, you have UNC, you have Notre Dame, you have a lot of different teams. You didn't shy away from the competition. You went straight head at it. I feel like that speaks to your character. Did the ACC, playing in that conference, have something to do with the choice?
Yeah, it had a ton to do with it. My dad was a coach at NC State, and I grew up in the league. So I know everyone in the league. I can name probably every team. Like I said, I love competition. I love playing the best players in the country. And I think the more I play against them, I will become one of the best players in the country. So that's just my goal, just to play against the best. That's always been my goal. That's why I came here, and I'm really looking forward to it. In
your senior season here at HW, what are the goals that you're setting for yourself and the team?
For myself, I've always tried to stray away from. I know a lot of people do it, and Kobe did it, and I just for this year, I'm going to try and put that in the back seat. This year, I want to win a CIF championship, and I want to win a state championship. And those are the two things that I'm really keen on. Obviously, Mission League championship as well. With the Mission League tournament coming back, I'm not really used to that. So that's always been just kind of a league thing. So winning that I just want to win. That's literally been my entire focus this year and years past. I want to get a ring for all of those guys in the locker room that have been working their tails off the entire year and the entire off season and the years before this. Like our pain that we felt when we lost was insane. And I went home and I cried for weeks, and it was just I don't want to feel that again. And I don't want any of those guys in the locker room to feel that again. So I'm not going to make any individual goals, but rest assured that I'm going to do everything possible in my individual self to help us win games. So
you guys traveled to Arizona about 2 months ago for Section 7. We could talk about the level of competition you guys played and the outcome, but I want to focus on the bonding experience for the team. How did that really tighten up the chemistry even more of you guys?
I think that's the one thing that's the most special about our group. I've never been on a team that's more close and together than this one. Even last year, we had some button of heads at certain times. I don't think that's ever going to happen this year. We are obviously we argue on the court, but once we're off the court, we're homies and we're boys. And the time in the hotels in Section 7 was a blast. We were all together. We watched a horror movie together, and it was just we're all best friends. And like I can give you an example. Like we're all going out to lunch, and if there's no like I have to have Jacob to go to lunch. Like I can go to lunch with any of the guys on the team and have a great time. So
that sort of leads into my next question. You know, you're a real personal guy. I want to talk about a couple of the relationships you've built. I want to start with Jacob Huggins. What does he mean to you, and how has that relationship grown over time?
Yeah, no, he's my best friend. I mean, I came in a sophomore year and I was quiet and shy, and we were working on outside courts, and COVID was going on. He really took me under his like wing almost and just befriended me, and it was really like it was just special. You know, he was always lifting with me, and it helped me become more comfortable with the team. And with that, I just wanted individually, I want to do everything to get him a ring. Like that's just how I feel, how I think. Just having that experience and that like memory for the rest of our lives is just going to be super special to me, and I think it'll be super special to him. So yeah, I can't speak enough of my relationship with him. I always have his back for the rest of his life, and I think he always has my back for the rest of mine. So
I want to move on to Coach Rebiba. How has your relationship grown with him over time, and how has he had an effect not just on your basketball career, but just on your life in general?
Yeah, it's all a tough love. When I came here to, he's probably gonna laugh when I say that, but I came to Harbor-Westlake and I was cocky, and I thought I was entitled, and I thought I could just get by with having a little bit of ranking and a little bit, and he just taught me that none of that really matters in the real scheme of things. And just him giving me that realization throughout the entire sophomore year was super pivotal to like where I am today. And then junior year, he gave me a little bit more of a leash, and I became more of a leader, and he always holds me accountable. And that relationship with him has been outstanding ever since. He's always there for me, always willing to watch film, always willing to make me a better player. Played a pivotal role in like where I was going to go to college. And he's really developed me on the defensive side of the ball. I was not defensive oriented at all when I came here. I learned a lot of rotations, how to sit down in the stance, and he's prepared me for college in a very great way. So I will be forever grateful to him.
Lastly, I want to talk about the most important guy, your father. You know, you talk about him a lot in the bond that you have with him. How did he help you navigate the commitment process?
Yeah, so he's been a coach throughout his entire life, and I've moved a lot with him. And it seems like our family has become closer because of that, not like grown apart, which I think is super special. He's worked me out my entire life, and I trust him with everything basketball related and everything in my life. I always go to him. So he played it was really. If I had to pick the one guy that had the most influence on my decision, it would have been him. He knows my game the best. Even he's known me since I was since I was born. I've been playing the whole time. Even if he didn't make my games, he'd watch them on film when I was in second grade. It was great. So just having that type of resource, just as a father, just to always come home to. I'd go play games. He'd always be in my ear. So he played a huge role, but he also made it my decision. It wasn't just him. He has never made it about himself. I don't think he's ever wanted any sort of recognition for the player that I'm trying to become, and that's why I try and give him as much recognition as I can, because he's kind of taught me the humble way, and I just want to. I like the saying of let others speak for you and not yourself. So I like to speak about him a lot and everything that he's done. He's really built me to be like the player I am today. So
that's awesome to hear. I want to finish things off by asking, what's one thing that you picked to work on over the off season that you really wanted to improve on heading into your senior year?
Like you said, there's a lot of different challenges going to be thrown at me this year. A lot of different defenses and a lot of different schemes to kind of stop me. And in the past, I've kind of been a catch and shoot, work off one or two dribbles type of guy. On the offensive end, I want to become. My post game has become a lot better. I have that in my game. So if there's a smaller defender, I can rise up over him in the post. If it's a bigger, I can go around him. I think that's pivotal to like who I'm going to be this year, like a threat at all levels. I've worked on my drive game a little bit. My jumping ability has gotten a little bit better. So that's on the offensive end. That's probably my biggest thing. Defensively, my dad has been keen on me making plays on balls and going for steals. I've been solid. Now this year I got to make a leap and make winning plays, and that's what I'm going to try and do. So
we'll be sure to look out for that this season. I mean, from family to college, we really covered it all. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. All the Wolverine home games will be on HWTV this season starting December 6th against Jordan High School. Thank you so much, Brady. For HWTV, I'm Jake Lansing.